some nuts. Egyptian geese over there. See them all? And then there's someone down there with the kids. You see geese? Pigeons are very cool. What a beautiful spot. Look how lovely these birds are. I've never known a bird. Hello fella, look. So friendly. Hello. Yeah. That's trust. That's what love is. See, these souls, they recognise my soul. And vice versa. And the same with all of them. And that's why I have such a good relationship with so-called animals. All beings, really. I'm particularly good with dragons. Nephilim, greys. Hey, you guys, you remind me of Egypt. So I'm not going to say anything more because it's about them. You right, Hootie? Hootie. Take care, mate. It'll be their time to have babies soon. I've just sent the little baby moorhens. Egyptian geese are flying. Oh look, here's your local fascist. It's really sad how people would bully someone's love of nature to try and ruin that, to try and come between someone's relationship with nature, animals, birds. Sickos, mate. You want to be quiet. Leave people alone. It's a free world last time I checked. These birds, they deserve respect. They deserve a safe environment without people chasing them, without people constantly making hideous, odious noises, without constantly revving up and down on cars and bikes. Tell me, what kind of people do that? Because they're all from Midhurst. Huh? You're telling me you're not listening to my phone? Feels a lot like you are, actually. But this is not about hateful people. This is not about racists, fascists, bullies. This is about birds. It's about the planet and nature. And isn't it beautiful? When you take people out of it, isn't it beautiful? People are starting to become very ugly. Not everyone, but there is a minority in this town who quite frankly are odious, following someone around because they want to make a nature video. I mean, what is wrong with you? You know, there used to be 2 swans that came just up by the ruins. Do you know I haven't seen them for 6 months? The reason I haven't seen them for 6 months is because there's always so much noise. That's a very disappointing behaviour. So I haven't got a very high opinion of you racists. You should be making political stances, not driving up and down in cars, banging on walls and intimidating people. You should educate yourselves. And for you, and for anybody else, where you should be focusing, apart from this wonderful planet and these gifts that we've got, why don't you look up? Yeah? When you see all those aeroplanes, what do you think they're doing? You take your silly cars and belt up. What a funny sky. The way it reflects on the water is quite divine. So I'm not going to let a small group of narrow-minded, scared people stop me from making videos, stop me from being spiritual, trying to stop me from being happy and having a life, forming relationships with people. It's embarrassing, mate. I go to meet someone for a coffee and I'm spied on by like 4 people. It's embarrassing. So you lot be quiet. And we're not talking government, we're not talking secret agents, yeah? We're not talking founder races, we're not talking demons or so-called devils. It's people. And you hear that crow in the background? Crowley? You hear that? That's the police, mate. Yeah? That's who watches and listens to all of us. All of our thoughts, all of our actions. There he is. So he's telling me not to sit on the bench anymore because I've been a bit quiet for a few years. Well, only takes a second, mate. I'm certainly not going to let bullies stop me. I mean, what's so bad about sitting down here filming birds anyway? I just don't get you people. What, you jealous? Not going to stop you doing it. But I think most of the people that come down here, sadly, are actually only coming down here to try and get in my way. Which is even sadder. You know, live and let live. I don't follow any of you round, so stop following me round. Checking that I'm filming. Why are you checking that I'm filming, mate? It's a public place. Truth is, I've known who these people are, but I choose to ignore it. And I choose to ignore it because I prefer to focus my energy on love energy, positive energy. That's why I spend so much time being like this, which of course makes me a weirdo in the eyes of the racists and the fascists. For the record, and I'll say this to certain people that haven't got a brain, I could imagine that some stupid, ignorant people might think, oh, what? If we stitch something up, maybe we can get favour with someone. Maybe we can do them a favour. There are no favours. There is no selling out. There's only one option. Fight or lose. It's upside down. Do you understand what I mean? That is what people call hell. Space. It's not beneath us. It's certainly within us. I'm sorry if this has turned into a bit of a mixed video, but there's a lot of things going on. The sky isn't natural. Whatever this is not normal weather. I can hazard a guess at what's trying to form in front of me. I've got to keep filming now because this is spooky. And it's unfolding right before my eyes. But I don't want to be moaning about people. I don't want any friction with people. But it's always people that seem to be acting weird, being nasty. I mean, why are you all being so nasty? What did I do to any of you? Your nasty little stories, just that, made up nonsense. I'll tell you what is real though. That bit, that's very real. As every bird around me will testify to. And you know why? Because they see it. And let me tell you another thing. I didn't want to be going around getting any attention, saying what I do and who I work for. But because certain people in this town spread rumours about me being some kind of paedophile, I've had to come out and tell the truth. Put myself at risk. Yeah? So no, I'm not impressed. Get your facts right, mate. Yeah? So I'm a part of a collective that people call Ra. It's not just about the sun. In fact, that's nothing really to do with it. Yeah? It's about raising your consciousness. It's about helping planets to ascend. It's about developing yourself as a person. And it's about fighting the empire who would destroy you just for looking at them the wrong way. So that's what it's about. So you carry on with your silly little narrow-minded paedophile shit. You just make yourselves look like idiots. I can prove every single thing I've ever said, mate, and more. I don't talk about it because I want attention. I talk about it because I care about people and the planet. I don't like people suffering. I don't like people being used. I don't like people that are being made to be angry and hateful, and they're sending their energy to the wrong people, and while they're doing that, the real wrong uns are taking the piss out of you, taking away more of your free will and your choice. I'm here to break the system. I won't lie about that. And I'm not the only one. I'm telling you now, I have a theory. This is right out there now, so this video is turning into something else. I'm convinced this geoengineering that they're doing, there is a aspect of it where they're able to, I don't know how they do it, but it's almost like it has its own intelligence. It becomes sentient, so it can form into something. I mean, look at that in front of me. What is that? And this thing that forms, it's not very happy. If you look to ancient scripture, go back to Egypt, and look up someone called Apophis. Apophis is like the primordial evil. So when a world goes through a change and transformation, Apophis will be the energy that appears, and it's kind of just like everything dissolving. The weather, people, everything. So we all need to wake up, mate. We're not the apex predators, humans. You're not the apex predators. Okay? Humanity is a very gifted, angelic race. It doesn't know its own power, but it should. Because you can overcome the shadows powers that exist on this planet, but you've got to unite. You've got to educate yourselves. You've got to stop being angry about stupid boats and things like that and focus on what's really important. And what's really important is how we, as an individual, control our emotions. And then how we, as a collective, form groups of people that make a real and lasting difference in society. Okay? And this is just a start. Right, I better stop because I think Crowley's like, oh, well, leave it there, Jules. But it's a bit of all sorts, this one. I guess I am a bit defensive because for about 2 years now, when I come down here, it just turns into a joke. And people have got a right to be and do what they want, mate. But when it's the same people doing the same things and the same dogs chasing the same birds, you know there's something wrong. I do love light on water. It's just amazing. I haven't had anyone tapping on a bin today or slamming car doors. Here we go with the small children on bikes. So you see, it's all normal stuff. Right? It all looks normal stuff. But when you're in the middle of somewhere, in the middle of nowhere sometimes, and 50 people turn up, that's not a good look. So people need to wise up to the game. Stop sitting on the fence hiding. Stop making all that noise that you make. And do something political. I mean, seriously, do you really think, there's so many times, yeah, okay, he was quite calm. If the camera wasn't rolling, he would have gone up there like street walk. It's just embarrassing. Hello, mate. Little man, look at that, man. His dad's really cool. Aww. You see, that's what I like, just people being normal. That's what it's about. Do you know what the locals do to get at me? I come down here because I've got a set routine like most people, and they get some lady to sit either there or there with a bag of birdseed just so that I can't get at the birds. And they do the same with the dogs as well. They bring about 20 dogs down here. They're not too bad today, but they just let them run amok. And it's like, hang on, we live in the middle of the countryside, mate. Yeah? You've only got to go 5 minutes down there. You're in the middle of the countryside. Give the birds a bit of space, a bit of respect. Doesn't belong to dogs. Doesn't say dog walking pond, does it? Mind you, it doesn't say bird pond either, but you do associate a pond with birds, so I think the people around here need to use their heads and give them a bit more respect. Having said that, most people, the majority of them, are very respectful of these birds. They feed them, they give them a bit of space, but sometimes I think you need to be aware that, you know, this is their planet too. Yeah? Earth does not belong to humanity. I'll tell you the truth, I'm really enjoying filming this. I didn't realise how much I like doing this. And at last, glorious. Evil has passed. Whatever that wasn't right, mate. And the birds are it as well. Do you see how quiet they go? Right, I'm going to end this. Just a bit of a random video. Those two there I see every day. There's about 20 or 30 people that seem to make a habit of following me. And you all know why, because they always look over their shoulders to check on me. Because usually I don't film, but today I thought I'd make an allowance. Because I'm tired of being bullied. What's wrong with making a video, Midhurst? You know, that's what nature's here for, to be appreciated, isn't it, guys? Hootie's on one. Hootie equals Tahuti, the Egyptian god of wisdom, god of the moon. That's why I call him Hootie. You alright, son? Bless him, babe. Oh, they're all coming. Hello, guys. Yeah, they get a good supply of food here. It's very good. As I say, I just wish people would give them a bit more space. Some people are marvellous, I have to say. Absolutely marvellous. I can't remember who, but there was a lady I got talking to about there by that sign thing. I don't know if she was local or not, but you know, I sort of explained it to her and she agreed. You know, it's a bird sanctuary. Birds are having babies. I've just showed 4 little baby moorhens. You shouldn't have dogs anywhere near that, should you? Come on, mate, use your sense. You know? It's mad. And going back to the lady that they plant down here, mate, why? Why would you do that? And if she loves birds so much, why doesn't she come down and, you know, spend a bit of time with them like this, naturally, sit with them and, I don't know, it just looks... There's a lot of things that go on around here that are manufactured. I suppose that's what I'm saying. And I don't think I've ever known such narrow-mindedness. But you're not going to get in the way of my love. Mate, I've defeated sky chariots. I'm not going to back down to a few racist people. Or bullies, or bigots, or whatever the heck you are. You're just scared. That's what fear does. And you think if you bully me, it's going to make some kind of difference. Mate, all you've done is bully one of God's own. And those crows, that's the Nephilim. And they're not very pleased with humanity. Because we don't look after this planet. And we don't look after ourselves. And because a lot of people abuse the spirit world. Did I say that the doves are, or pigeons, are actually greys? A lot of people don't realise. They're watchers, all the birds. I don't know all the different varieties. I don't know. I know a few. I know the ones, well, I know them, but I don't know them by name. But people need to wise up because everything that we do is watched. Everything. Your thoughts, your actions, everything. That's why it's important to try and be as true of heart as possible. And that's why people like me often find myself getting bullied by basically people that can't stand the fact that I'm happy and that I don't need them. That's what they're jealous about. It's madness. Get on with your lives, you know? Look how powerful this star is. Giver of life. Doesn't ask anything. Ooh, look at the face. Just there. Crowley's giving me a warning. So's Hootie. You see, that's my relationship with them. Because they've seen the things that I've done, when these chariots arrive looking like storms, it's the birds that are always there with me. That's my relationship with them. And that's why I love them so. There are other things as well. I've got lots of things that me and birds have done, but basically they see everything. They see everything that we do. They know all our deeds. In fact, it's pretty arguable that they could be the angels. It's just that people are so stupid they don't see it. That sky's definitely up to something. Right, Crowley. Look at this, man. Look how many people have appeared suddenly. It's better than usual. It's a little bit like a show. It's made to look like normal people. I mean, normally, for example, there's someone where the village hall is just up in front of me. See where that fence is? Actually, where that guy is. There's normally someone there watching me with a mobile phone. And they've always got mobile phones as if to say, oh yeah, I'm texting my group. And then they text their dog walker friends and the kids and the people on bikes. And then the cars and the motorbikes. And it happens when I'm out and it happens when I'm at home. And this is how humanity is now towards people who try to create love energy. you get scorned for it. What a weird world. What's that all about, God? When they talk about end times, this is what they're talking about. People don't recognise what real love is anymore. They're more interested in their holidays and the Algarve and unimportant things. Sorry, Hootie. You alright? Do you want me to move? You want me to move? Sure? This one here is probably one of the finest souls you'll ever meet. It's alright, son. It's alright. What is that? Yeah, on my worst days, that's it with me. See there? He's there, Hootie. He's there, mate. I think Hootie's the ringleader. There's another ringleader over there. Thank God for the birds. That's all I can say. Thank God for these birds. Me and Hootie singing a song, me and Hootie singing a song, me and Hootie singing a song on the pond. What do you think, Hootie? He's good? I like yours too. Yours is good, mate. Yeah. Hootie's got a big heart. Yes, so these are not just birds. And I would suggest that you all need to wake up and learn some respect, mate. I'm going to end it here. Hootie? Thank you, darling. Thank you, mate. Thank you to all the birds, to the sun, to the water, to the trees, to Crowley in the distance, and to the magpie. Didn't see a blackbird, but there's always next time. There's Crowley. One love, guys.